Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we'll be reviewing custom cloaks and fixes by Shadowtoys photography. Okay, yes, we'll be taking a look at fixed cloaks, obviously not on the Emperor here, thank you Sheev, but just fixes and little custom things I did that you can also do at home that you don't have to rebuy figures for, or go and buy expensive cloaks and things like that. You can make them out of scrap. I'm not going to be doing a cutout tutorial, sewing tutorial on here, because that'll be just a little much. But let's put the Emperor to the side here, and we'll just bring out, so this is just like a regular Hasbro cloth goods, so we'll just get right into it. You've seen this before in the Emperor. They did a really good job on it, really good job. They're stepping it up. I mean, this is a little plain, and this is sculpted. Obviously, I didn't do anything to the Emperor here. Let's bring out just another example. This is Figure Arts Darth Vader from Obi-Wan show. And as you can see, just like quality and stuff like that. Now, my customs and things like that are not going to be anywhere near these quality. So I'm just going to kind of work on what is, and then the fixes I've done, and just like little examples. Like here's like Ki-Adi-Mundi, just like as another Jedi guy example. I guess we'll put him over here. Okay, so all right, let's start with the Acolyte figures, because they had really good robes. They all came with robes, but they're here. Let's bring out first Yord here. Now, they all came with robes, and they all had their hoods fully stitched and fully already sewn. And the hood is just stitched down back there. So it was stitched downward. I don't know why, but when you try and flop it up, it was just awful all over the place, huge, puffy. And there is a trick. Your first trick, number one, is what you want to do is you want to take boiling hot, scalding hot water. It doesn't have to be like boil noodles, pasta hot, but pretty hot. And you just really dunk the whole, as much as you need of the figure and the hood, just in the hot water. Really drench it. I'm pretty sure it's hot water works the best. Or you could try cold, but I'm pretty sure it's hot. And then you just kind of mold it the way you need to mold it down. The problem with me was I was starting with really hot water, and it was just cooling so fast. But I tried like microwaving hot water in like in a mug, like I was making tea or something like that. And yeah, it just cooled down so much. But anyways, I would try and fold it down, and you just let it dry overnight, and then usually it will hold that shape. And I did that, but it still was too puffy. So what I did was I went up, I took a needle and thread. It's really easy to do, a needle and thread. You can find tutorials on that on YouTube if you don't know how to thread a needle. I'm not making fun of you or anything like that. A lot of people don't. I was taught by like my grandmother and my mother, you know what I mean? So it's kind of an inherited skill. And if you haven't inherited that skill, then there's plenty of ways to research. It really is simple. Don't let it intimidate you. I mean, I haven't learned a sewing machine yet. It is a little difficult, but take a needle and thread, and I just match the brown thread. Just go to any Walmart, Target, a Holly shop, whatever that sells thread, fabric store, get it to match. And I threaded a needle, double threaded, and I shoved the needle, like kind of ran it up his arm and poked the tip out through and ran it through the hood there, and then just did one stitch, boom, and brought it back down to kind of give it that shape. I did throw just like this is technically a hair tie rubber band around them just to kind of hold the shape. But I kind of like the way it looks, because it's giving me like monk vibes. You know what I mean? I know the Jedi are supposed to be like monks, but like actual real life, real world monk. And it's kind of just like a high belt. I may take it off, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, he can... Here, let's grab his lightsaber. Which one did he have again? Yellow. Pop that in there so you can see how he looks with it on. And of course the hood does go down. We'll get to that in a moment. But I mean, despite how bad the Acolyte show was, spare me, I agree with all the points. I mean, how you gonna retcon Anakin Skywalker? You know what I mean? They just Yeah, he even fell over because this guy thinks Anakin blew up the Death Star. I mean, that was just like, So, I mean, do you want me to go into it? Do you have all night? I mean, a few good episodes. Again, just another example of Disney having all the right elements, all the right ingredients, and just failing to cook. Just making, just the souffle fell flat. You know what I mean? They're not, Star Wars is a souffle. I mean, it's kind of funny to compare it to food, but it needs time. It needs cultivation. It needs love. It needs patience. You can't rush these things out in a year and months and like a Law and Order TV show. You know what I mean? It's not like a soap opera you could bang out in a week. You know, you got to take your time on these on Star Wars and really put the love and dedication there. So anyways, lightsaber up, and of course the hood goes down. You just kind of take your finger and pop that way. And yeah, so works and looks pretty cool. And it still maintains the shape. You know, I can open it up. I can take the rubber band off and I can put it back. And boom. I don't have to fuss with that much. That's it. And he's back to normal. So example number 1, just a little quick fix. I don't know why Hasbro decided just to stitch it down. It's so stupid. Like 2 stitches. It's not even like a penny's worth of thread. And maybe 10, 20 minutes worth of work. And boom, there you go. I'm going in order from like least best to best. I had a lot of trouble with oh my gosh, Soul. I was like, that's Yord. This is Soul. They're like 1 syllable name, guys. But yeah, as you can see, I had a lot of trouble getting the right shape. Because in the show, he kind of wears it like that. Kind of mysterious, kind of stalker, kidnapper-ish. Gosh, they just screwed up his character. He did fine, and bad on anyone making fun of this man and his acting. I mean, from Squid Games, not speaking a lick of English, to being in Star Wars. I mean, that's a hell of a resume. I wish I had that resume. But anyways, yeah, so as you can see, a little bit more trouble. I had a stitch here. I had a stitch over here. I tried to do the same trick, but as you can see, his seam was way back, not like Yord's where it goes like kind of right into it, and I can slide that in there. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, which lightsaber was him? I think he had blue. This one was his. So, yeah, I mean, he looks cool. It just looks like a little much, but it is Star Wars, so I don't know. It does add difference to them. Like all these Jedi you're going to see, all of them look completely different, so that's cool. But yeah, they totally wasted his character. Like, why didn't he just tell May or whatever, like, your mother was disappearing into the black smoke from Lost, and you were disappearing like the photo from Back to the Future. I had to do something. It scared the hell out of me. Like, no, he didn't say that. He was just like, yes, I killed your mother, and then he got force choked. Like, of course she's going to kill you, of course, but as you can see, that could go down. It can open that up, but I can't open it as much as before because I had to sew it in different places to get this just right. As you can see, even still, it gets a little all over the place, but yeah, see, even so, I'm still like fussing with it. There we go. But he was difficult, and that was annoying, and it pissed me off in the show. Like, why didn't you tell them their mother was turning into the smoke monster? Excuse me, sorry, I hit the thing there. All right, let's go into who do I like? Let's do these are kind of tied for me, I guess. Let's do Indara or Trinity, Carrie-Anne Moss. Oh, I got a little stitch out there, but yeah, as you can see, I wanted her thing down, and I just did a little differently. I just give a stitch there and a stitch there, just one, instead of going crazy. I guess that's okay that hangs there. It kind of looks like a Wookiee tie or hair tie or something like that. But, and I left hers open. You know, really cool figures. So the figures are nice. What did she have? This one, I know she had green, but which one was hers? I think it was this one, because Jackie's is smaller. Yeah, they come with trigger fingers. Weird choice. Like Hasbro, you know, kind of took the same thing as the Acolyte here. They had a great figure here and just decided to do silly things with it. See, they stitched it down there. Why not, instead of stitching it down there, do one there and add one more there? Boom, perfect figure. Like, who's over there greenlighting this stuff and thinking like, I mean, is that Mr. Stevie? I love Mr. Stevie. He's usually a good guy and he's head of these things. Who, did he get overridden or something? But again, well, let me get this on camera while I do this, huh? Pop that down. Boom, and she's ready to take on any would-be Jedi brats or whatever. But yeah, am I disappointed Acolyte got canceled? No, I'm not, because I enjoyed it. Season 3 I thought was the cringiest thing ever created on TV. Episode 3, I should say, of the Acolyte. But obviously once Manny, the stranger, got in there, it definitely got a lot better. But no, they'll ruin Plagueis. They'll just ruin it at this point. I do not trust Disney Star Wars with good storytelling. I mean, they did okay with Ahsoka, but people give Dave Filoni even too much credit. I mean, all of his episodes end the same. Don't believe me? Okay, how did Rebels end? Rebels end with Ezra, Thrawn in hyperspace, and Ahsoka was with Sabine, and they're together on Adventures Unknown. How did Ahsoka end? Thrawn in hyperspace, Ezra just meeting back with questions, and Ahsoka and Sabine on Adventures Unknown. So, you know, Dave Filoni, I mean, he ends 90% of his shows with the characters in hyperspace. How did Resistance end in hyperspace? Anyways, here's Jackie. I'm jumping the gun, but because I'm starting to like really gripe about Star Wars. Actually, I'm gonna have to take her lightsaber out because it's getting a bit of a hindrance in the video here, but it doesn't really matter because we have enough examples, as you can see. But here I got Jackie. Oh, even still it rides a little high. You know what it is though? It's because of her hair, and you'll see, but there we go. Again, stitch down there. They could have popped one there and then an extra one there, and that's all they needed. Looks great. She was awesome. Daphne Keene, I think that's how you say it. She was really cool. Great character. I think that was wasted too. They should have waited if they're gonna kill her off. But you know, they made some cool characters. Even Yord. I mean, I thought the guy was a bonehead for, you know, misspeaking, because say less that you don't know about Star Wars. But I mean, everyone likes X-23 here. But anyways, pop this down, and yeah, she has that "you're gonna die" look. But yeah, good job. As you can see, her bangs stick out. So when the hood kind of rests on it, it kind of gets a little high. So you kind of, even with stitching, the water trick. I did the water trick on all of them first, and it didn't still pop them up too high. And I stitched it, and it still popped them up too high. So it's definitely this fabric they used. I don't think it's a cotton. It feels like you know, most things are mostly cotton with a polyester blend. I feel like this is the opposite, where mostly it's polyester and with a slight cotton blend in there. I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like. All right, is that it? No, I have one more actually. As you can see, the comparisons kind of speaking for themselves. This one was, oh no, I have 3 more. I almost forgot. Jeez, I almost messed up. All right, this is one I just threw together. This is Star Killer with his, I'm going to hate myself. It's the second board in Force Unleashed, the first game, because the second one, don't ever play or bother to get the second one. It's a ripoff, waste, criminal crime to gaming. They lied to gamers in the second one. They said, like, Boba Fett's going to be in it. Yoda's going to be in it. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, they didn't make it seem... They made it seem like you're going to fight them like bosses, but no, it was literally 60-second cutscenes. It was... And the game was super short. Get the first Force Unleashed game. Enjoy. I love how he's got the lightsaber slots. But this isn't a Star Killer review. But I wanted to give him his outfit from the second board. I believe the planet is Nar Shaddaa, or is it Ord Mantell? I think Ord Mantell is more of a mineral, and Nar Shaddaa is the garbage planet. The garbage planet. Remember the garbage planet where he fights the Jedi guy there? One of them from the council, I think, or something like that. And he went crazy in the garbage planet. I'm pretty sure that's Nar Shaddaa. But that outfit, I didn't want to wait for Hasbro. I mean, if Hasbro makes it, I'll do it, but... Yeah, I just took cloth, just scraps of cloth I had lying around and just threw some rubber bands on there and a stitch here or there and just ran it up, and yeah, looks awesome. Looks just like... Here, I'm going to give him just a random lightsaber. The Emperor's real fast. Just as an example, if you can hold it. There we go. You know, so yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I made. I can't wait for Hasbro. They're quick and they're slow, and their figures are getting so overpriced, $35, $40. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not paying that. That's ridiculous. All right, next up, let's go with... Oh, you know, I didn't bring any Ahsoka's out, speaking of. Let's go out with Balin. And as you can see, I made this cloak myself. A little pointy there or whatever. But, yeah, just a scrap t-shirt. And because when I saw they didn't come with robes, and then here I went all the way down, left the bottom. I hemmed the edges, and then I went all the way. It was a little dusty. It was sitting in the corner. And then I kind of left the bottom edge. As you can see, this is by hand, by the way. I stitched this by hand, so that's all me. But yeah, when he didn't come with a robe, and then Hasbro was like, "Oh, we're re-releasing him with the robe," I'm like, "Nah, I'm not doing that. I mean, it's insulting." So like I don't care. Oh, they got the promos. They didn't know. Like, even if you don't know, if it's a lightsaber carrying character, it should come with a robe automatic. Like, Ki-Adi-Mundi should have came with a robe. Like, they should all come with robes. Cloth good robes. There's no excuse at this point. I don't want no molded, because he'd be a traffic cone. He'd be just a statue if this was molded. It opens up. This goes down. Whoops. You know, so... I did the water trick. I didn't have to do any stitching there on the sides. So it's got the right material, and this is mostly cotton because it's a shirt. It falls right. Falls a lot better. It's like, you're right about one thing, Captain. We're no Jedi. Let's give him... You know what? Everyone gives him the red lightsaber. I want to know how he was when he was a Jedi. So let's give him Ki-Adi's. Whoops. Or not. He rejects it. Let's give him Ki-Adi's lightsaber real quick. This how he looks with the blue one. Cool. Very old Luke Skywalker, how he should have been. You know? Green. Wearing the black. Oh, man, they just... Tell me you're not real fans. Any one of us real Star Wars fans, and I mean real Star Wars fans, like actually seen the movies and known Anakin was not the one who blew up the Death Star. I mean... There's no even, like, physiological or philosophy or whatever objective kind of point of view to look at it. Well, as Darth Vader, no, he wanted to kill. He was going to kill Luke Skywalker, okay? He didn't let Han blow him up. He was ambushed by that dirty Corellian scoundrel. And, yeah. So don't try and tell me he didn't misspeak. That was just, oh, my God. I can't get over that. One more. Let's get in his apprentice here. Is he like leaning on them? It looks like he kind of. Yeah, I forgot her name too. I'm just bringing them in and forgetting their names. But anyways, I did her robe, and as you can see, I did a brown, and couldn't get it to match just exact, but did that stitching myself and the hood myself. And literally, you just watch, if you're watching this on YouTube, obviously, type in, search Star Wars 112 Cloaks sewing tutorial, all like that, and it should come up. There's a guy there who does a lot of cloaks, and just look for the Obi-Wan one, and that's what I did. I followed that one. I should have remembered his name. I should have wrote it down. Shame on me. I should give people that credit, but I'm trying to lead people there. And yeah, and I did these myself, and as you can see, it's a great tutorial. I mean, I took scraps around the house, old shirts and clothes and things the wife didn't want or whatever, and cut them up and made robes and saved $50. $50 worth for what? Cloaks? Get out of here. Like, get out of here. Look, no stitch in there. I like her hood came out perfect. A bit Lord of the Ringsy there, but oh my gosh, I'm kicking myself. Her name, but it's not Sabine. I keep wanting to say Sabine. My brain is just screaming Sabine, but it's not Sabine. Let's get a lightsaber in her hand, just to show. I think I put their boxes away too, so I can't even cheat and look real quick. Oh man, burnt out today, I guess. I'm embarrassed. Anyways, I know the name. You don't have to comment it. You can if you want. I'll take it. But yeah, sorry all the Emperor's lightsabers. I've just got so many lightsabers all over the place. Just figured to be a little redundant. But yeah, she looks cool. Happy with this enough where brave enough to show it off on the internet. But I'm just showing I have no skill. I have no proper training. I never took a class on sewing or whatever. Like I said, my grandmother and mother showed me how to thread a needle when I was like 5, 6 years old. And it's like I kept sewing since. If I would, I'd be working for like Ralph Lauren or something like that. But, you know, this is by hand. It just took, I don't know, a couple hours. You know, I just did it in a night and maybe one day each, and took my time with it and just did one by one and just a little stitch here, stitch there. And that's pretty much it. So anyone can do it. I mean, it's not professional perfect, but it works. I mean, it works considering I'm saving $50. If they come out with another version of him, I guess I may get it. We'll see. But I'm not rebuying figures because they didn't put in Cloaks the first time. Like, I'm not doing that game, and neither should you. You know, just you could do it yourself, DIY, and just a little sewing. And even if you just don't want to do a hood and just want to put a little cloak over it, just seriously, just cut it and just a little stitch there, and you have like a Kylo Ren, the Last Jedi level cloak. You know, like the Imperial or the First Order officer cape thing there. But yes, do it. Join the dark side and make your own cloaks. Till next time.